This is one of the largest swamps in North America, and we're gonna go paddle 3 days here in the middle of nowhere. Look at this, in the middle of nowhere. I don't even have cell service right here at the main gate. Crazy. This is gonna be a great little trip. We're at some place that I've never been before, and a lot of my subscribers, the people that I talk to, has never heard of this place. So yeah, it's the Great Okefenokee Swamp. It's really big, and there's a resident gator. I know you can't see him on camera, he's right over there, but I'll post a picture. I was here yesterday just checking things out. Went back up to town, stayed the night at a nice little place right there in Fargo, Georgia. I'll leave the link to that place below. It's small, little, quaint, you know, bring some cash, and you just leave cash on the table when you leave. Great little place. But I believe it's called Swanee River Lodge, I believe, but I'll link it below. But yeah, this is gonna be a great little trip. I got the 13.5 kayak, feel free kayak, loaded down, so it's gonna be a chore because it's all paddling. I'm usually, you know, in the river where I got some current taking me down, but I've actually got current coming down, and I'm going up the first day. So, but it's very little, very minute current. It's not much, but it's still current. It ain't gonna be pushing me down. So, not till I turn around and come back. But anyway, I got 2 nights here, 3 days. First night, Canal run. Second night is Floyd's Island. So yeah, Canal runs on a platform, but I'll show you that when we get there. But I did bring some fishing poles. We're gonna try to do a little fishing. There's a lot of bowfin I see caught in here, and some bass, and a lot of gators. But it is January, and it's a beautiful day right now. It's supposed to be high 75 to 80 today, which is Friday, and tomorrow, Saturday. Sunday, the cold front comes through, cools off. We'll be coming back then. Should be good to go. Let's put it in the water and get going, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the swamp as we go. It really is amazing and hard to wrap your head around how big this swamp is until you get out here in it. It's one of the largest swamps in the nation, and it spans over 430,000 acres, and most of it remains untouched. It seems like the trails are never ending. Finally got to a crossing, and we came from that way. I know it's gonna be impossible to tell where I'm at on camera, but we came from that way, and we're going straight up this way. Now you can take a hard left right here, and you can see the sign or not. Minnie's Lake, Floyd's Island, Big Water is all to the left. We're going straight, which is Billy's Island, Canal Run. Canal Run is our place to camp for tonight. So it's pretty marked. I don't know, it's kind of faded, but the 30 right down there is the red trail. That's going that way to the left, and can't hardly see it, but we're on the orange trail. You can see it up there at the top, maybe. The orange trail, and it tells you on the other side, you know, if you're coming from the left, if you're coming, you know, it says home that way. So yeah, pretty well marked. And you know, you get to go in a little while, and you're like, I hadn't seen nothing in a while, like, okay, I may be on the wrong path, but you're not. Just keep trucking and keep going, and you'll get there. Get that mount back in place. Starting to get pretty narrow up through here. Been on the water not quite 2 hours. It's so hard to stop and fish because as soon as I stop, I mean, my kayak stops and I start going backwards. Can't afford to go backwards too much because we got to get to camp. And the only way to get there is with this right here. Okay, this is Billy's Island. I see it's got a sign right here, so supposed to be a lot of the old railroad and stuff left here, so we're gonna go check it out. All right, this is Billy's Island. Came that way. We still got to go that way. We ain't got long, but it's a little resting spot. A little spot you can get out and stretch your legs, so not too bad. Good little platform. I don't think you can camp here. This is Billy's Island timeline. Pottery pieces and an iron axe reveal the people have been living on Billy's Island for 4,000 years. I mean, that's what it says. 1870 to 1932. They built the Lee farm. The bricks still remain. I guess we'll go check that out. That's all that remains of Lee's farmstead. This self-sufficient family lived here for almost 50 years with no formal claim. They were eventually evicted in 1932. And it was a logging camp. The logging industry brought over 500 people. A railroad, theater, barbershop, doctor's office, juke joint, juke joint school, and Billy's Island is part of the largest national wildlife refuge in the eastern United States, providing habitat for a variety of plants and wildlife. The logging camp was from 1918 to 1926. Wow. They have like a glass etched portrait there of the old camp. All right, let's go check it out. Oh, it's a graveyard. Check it out. There is a graveyard here where the people was buried. They have it locked. Man, you can't go in there and see it. Can't really see the dates too well. February 21st, 1901 to 1918, Joseph Lee. Wow. That's crazy. There's some little bitty graves right here. It must have been the kids, you know. Back in the day, they had a lot of disease. That one's unmarked. There's a little one back here. Let's check it out. Okay, that one's it's hard to read. That one over there by the tree, that's Daniel Lee, November 17th, 1847. And he died April 22nd, 1911. So he wasn't that old. Farley Lee, 1881 to 1918. James Henry Lee, 1914, 1924. Jamie Green Eyes was his nickname. There's another one over there, we can't really see it, it's kind of out in the middle. But that is crazy that this has been here, you know. There's a trail here, I got to go down it. That this swamp, you know, people inhabited this place. How do they find this, you know? That's what I want to know. This is a pretty good trail, so I gotta hold my pants up. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm sagging. Okay, I don't want to go too far. I don't want to keep going, but I want to keep going. You ever been like that? You just, what's around the next corner? My wife, bless her heart, I'm terrible at that. You know, I'll be driving down the road. Wait, I got to see what's around the next corner, you know. Curiosity just gets the best of me. That's why I'm here today. That's why I'm on this trip. Curiosity got the best of me. I had to come see what this was all about. Remnants of old equipment. I'm not exactly sure what it came off of, what it was originally, but it is well built. I mean, that steel is, I mean, that looks like 1/4 inch steel, every bit of it, you know. Crazy. I don't know what it is, and I know what this is. This is an old vehicle frame of some sort. Looks like the steering box right there. Yeah, that's what this is, an old frame. Been here for a long time. There's deer right there. Y'all see them? Well, I couldn't find the old home place unless it was around one of them little sitting areas, just covered up with leaves and stuff. But that's pretty cool to look at, really. I mean, that's just crazy. And it's pretty nice to have this little path here too, to walk out here to this platform. You can tie your boat up too. So you can see the water's up. I mean, that step is underwater down there. But yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's just, I can't for the life of me, I can't fathom how someone could find this, let alone develop it and log it and get these logs, you know, to market back to where they would be, you know, sold at. It's just crazy to me. But anyway, just a beautiful place, a little creek. It's not really a creek. I call it a creek, but it's not, because the water just keeps on going. I mean, you just can't get out in there. It's woods, but that's water as far as you can see out through there. Yeah, 2 deer walked up on me. That's just crazy. You can tell they're used to people. There's a lot of people visit this place here. But the only way to get here is with that right there. By boat. And boat alone. So anyway, let's get back on the trail. The definition of adventure: engage in hazardous or exciting activity, especially the exploration of unknown territory. Wow, that's a great definition, and that's exactly what I was looking for when I came here. I did a lot of preparation and research on the swamp before I made this trip. I tried to look at some of the canals on Google Earth, but the canals are so small and dense at times you can't even follow it on Google Earth. After all the research I'd done, I was still a little taken back the way the canals seem to swallow you up at times. This is what is so unique about paddling the swamp. Not to mention floating right past alligators that you could reach out and touch with your kayak paddle. There's over 120 miles of trails for kayakers and boaters in the swamp. Not your typical paddle. Nice leisure paddle. You gotta work at this, baby. And you gotta remember, I'm going against the current too. My average speed for the trip is 1.6 miles per hour, which is not bad. considering for the past 2 miles it's been nothing but this. A canoe would definitely be better in this situation because of the kayak paddle is so long. Canoe you can stroke, you know, and be a lot better. Spider, you wonder if you're on the right path sometimes. Then you see some limbs chopped and like, okay, well somebody's been here. You really have to shorten up on your paddle on this side. Stick it all out that way. You get wet, but it's not too bad. At least it ain't cold today. I'm actually sweating a little bit doing this. Keeping my legs kind of cool. Glad I wore dry fit pants. But you notice I'm wearing gloves today, so because I knew there were going to be some of this. I don't want to get blisters on the old fingers and then have to paddle. That would not be fun. I wouldn't recommend this trail for just anybody. It's not bad. It's just, you know, you got to fight the trees. Someone that's not a strong paddler or got some experience in a kayak, I wouldn't recommend this path. It wouldn't be bad if it was only, you know, a mile maybe or 2. But, get off me, spider. But it's about 5 miles of this right here. Against the current. I'm gonna be ready for that steak tonight. Some mashed potatoes, no doubt. Oh, turn it hard. You have to use the trees and the brush as leverage. Good one there. All right, we have made it to camp. It took, I put in at 8:30 this morning. It's, we got here at 3 o'clock. I been here about 20 minutes, so got a few of my things unpacked. But yeah, let me show you around. We're at Canal Run Shelter. That's where we're at right there. As you've seen in the video, getting here was really not an easy task. I mean, it was fun. It was dang sure an adventure getting through that. But yeah, it's a pretty sweet little shelter. It's got a ton of room. I mean, this thing is humongous. You could put several tents out here and hammocks. Of course, I'm gonna hang my hammock probably across there, maybe, or across here. I don't know, somewhere. I ain't figured it out yet. We'll look at that in a second. But check this out. I have 0 cell service because I'm in the middle of nowhere, but they have a porta-john out here. So for you ladies that want to come out here, you got it going on. Let's take a look inside. Well, it's really not too bad, actually. I mean, it smells just like you think a porta-john would smell, but I mean, you got toilet paper and soap, which is probably empty. But yeah, I mean, if you gotta go, you gotta go right there. Hey, if in a pinch, it's here. So for you ladies, this is a pretty decent spot. It's got, you know, a fire ring over there, and the water's kind of high, so that probably usually is probably not there, but nice little spot to camp for tonight. You don't hear any vehicles, you know, no cars, nothing like that. And it's just me here for the night. And but yeah, I'm gonna get some of my stuff unpacked and try to get ready to cook. We're gonna get camp set up. All right, got camp cleaned up, got everything put up. Took a little longer than I expected. It's 10 o'clock, a little after 10. Got the kayak loaded, and we're fixing to hit the water. I wanted to get on the water a little bit earlier, but my hair's a mess. But it didn't happen. But we have a little visitor come up this morning right over there, and it was right when I was getting breakfast and already. And he came out of the water. Before he got on the bank, he went to bellowing, you know, and it was really loud and really deep, like a growl almost. But, you know, I didn't even have a camera on at the time. I was just kind of getting breakfast ready. But I missed that, of course. You always miss the good stuff. He was just yawning, getting out of bed. But anyway, it was pretty loud and pretty it caught me off guard because I didn't even know he was over there until I heard him. But anyway, we're fixing to get on the water. Enjoyed my stay at Canal Run. Like I said last night. Oh, and look, I almost fixing to leave my flashlight. Don't want to do that. So I'm glad I'm doing this little video here. But yeah, enjoyed my stay here, and we'd love to come back. Anyway, see if we can get to Floyd's Island before dark. Cabins that was built. Wipe my feet.